While hiding, Cherim's team was staring at the huge monster. Cherim asked what that thing outside was. Was there anything that tall in their school? Nope. No one's that big on the entire earth. Jinwei raised her head to stare at the huge monster, then she asked, is it a monster? What the heck? Because of that, Shinbi and Cherim held her head down to keep her hidden in case the monster saw them. Cherim warned her, hey, hide. We don't know what will happen if it sees us. While Jinwei is looking at the monster, she suddenly raised her body as she noticed something. Huh. Hold on. That's. Shinbi stopped her and told her, Jinwei, get down. Jinwei replied, but, I think I saw Yuri's bracelet on that monster's hands. Shinbi was shocked as she heard Jinwei's words. Surprised, Cherim asked Jinwei, are you sure? I didn't see it clearly, but the color was similar, red and white. Jinwei replied. That's one of the string bracelets Shinbi sold at the school bazaar. Wait. So then, what happened to Yuri? Is that thing Yuri or? Hearing that made Shinbi nervous. Her heart beating rapidly, she quietly muttered, no. Then she stood up and abruptly opened the window shouting, it can't be. Shinbi. They called. Jinwei holding onto her to stop her on going out and Cherim covers her mouth to quiet her. Shinbi told them, I'll check. We have to check, okay. Sonwoo asked her, how do you plan to do that? Don't you see how huge the thing is? What if it sees you? I knew this would happen. I told you. Still, we have to be sure. Shinbi insisted. Shinbi then added, her eyes tearing up. I told you that if that's Yuri, I have to handle her myself. And whether that thing is Yuri or the monster that killed Yuri, we still need to take it down to escape through the first floor. Am I wrong? Shinbi said. Meanwhile, in Cheren's team, as they were running, Rina was shouting, my little pop rock, wait for me. Because of Rina's shouting, Cheren scolded her, lower your voice. What if someone hears you? Rina replied, if anything comes, I'll destroy it. As they neared the shop, Cheren thought, if we turn at that corner, the shop. But she didn't finish her thought because she was shocked by what she saw. Minwoo was standing looking down to a dead zombie in front of him. The zombie looks peculiar. Cheren wondered, is this one of those evolved zombies like the one we saw? But then, how did he overpower it all on his own? When Minwoo noticed them, he was startled and said, what the? Then, he quickly aimed his weapon at Cheren's group out of fear, asking them, are you guys humans? Cheren's group was alarmed. A gun. Cheren thought as she saw what Minwoo was holding. Meanwhile, in the classroom, the zombie smiled as it realized something. It spoke, so this is a familiar face. Then, it shook its head in happiness while saying, I guess it right. I guess it right. I got it right. I got it right. Everyone was confused. Jinsen wondered, why is it doing that? Yeri asked the zombie, stuttering, so what if you guessed correctly? The zombie responded, I managed to guess a familiar face, so that makes us friends, right? It twisted its head and said, so then, you'll let me in, won't you? Everyone was speechless hearing its response. Se-eun retorted to the zombie, you've got to be kidding me. Why would we let you in? Everyone thought, yeah, she's right. Agreeing to what Se-eun had said. Realizing that they won't let it in, the zombie said, I guess I have no choice then. Then it swings its head and started slamming it against the door repeatedly. Seeing this, Se-eun's group asked, is that thing trying to break the door? Se-eun yelled at the zombie, hey, stop that. When Se-eun said that, the zombie halted its movement. It repeated what it heard, stop. They were surprised that the zombie answered. Se-eun thought, let's try talking to it. She then spoke to the zombie and asked, what are you? What do you want? The zombie replied, what do I want? I want to eat you. Hearing that, everyone is horrified. Se-eun became nervous and thought, this is bad. If that zombie stays in front of that door, we won't be able to get out when they call us. And if it breaks through, we won't stand a chance against it. Jinsun called out to Se-eun, and she replied, I know, I'm thinking about what we should do. Jinsun then said, well, you've been talking to that monster. It's smart, so that means you might be able to negotiate with it. Negotiate with it, Se-eun repeated. Realizing it might work, Se-eun said, you're right, and walked closer to the zombie. Seeing it up close frightened her, but remembering what she should do, she gathered her courage, and looked at the zombie to ask it, tell me exactly what you want to eat. Is it us? Or people in general? Is there a reason you need to eat us, even if you'll get hurt? Let's have a little heart to heart, shall we? The first method of persuasion. Maintain reason. I might get hurt. The zombie asked Se-eun. Se-eun affirmed, yeah. If you get hurt, that wouldn't be good for you either, right? Isn't it better if we just go our separate ways? The second persuasion method. Appeal to the listener's emotions. Even though Se-eun is unsure if zombies have emotions, but it won't hurt to try. One of her classmates spoke up. Look, it wants to eat us. It's probably hungry. If we stay here any longer, we're going to get hurt. Yeri added, yeah, tell it to get lost. Se-eun scolded her. Yeri, hush. Then, she added, whispering, you can't make it obvious that we're desperate. With that, Yeri immediately fell silent. Se-eun continued persuading the zombie. Think about it. We can stay like this all day. No matter how many times you change your face, we won't budge. You're better off stopping this pointless effort and leave. The third persuasion method, enhancing the speaker's credibility. Se-eun pressed on. Please, take your time and think about it carefully. Her tactic worked. The zombie paused its attack on their door. Se-eun felt a wave of relief. She picked up her phone, thinking, okay, at least it's not breaking down the door for now. In the meantime, I'll send an SOS to the other team. But when she checked her messages, she was startled. What's this? What's going on? Se-eun muttered. Sharon had sent some texts, and Shinbi's team had messaged as well. Sharon. We found Rena. Sharon. Why aren't you picking up? Shinbi. Sent an image. Sharon. Can anyone come to the first floor? Sharon. Why is no one reading this? Meanwhile, Sharon's group was facing Minwoo, who was aiming a gun at them. Put your hands up, he ordered. Out of fear, they complied. Sharon wondered, why does a high school student have a gun? Mahui stammered, we're human. Don't shoot. Then, suddenly recognizing him, she added, wait a sec, aren't you that jerk from yesterday? Minwoo frowned. Jerk. Mahui continued, yeah. We met in the principal's office. As Mahui got a good look at Minwoo, she said. Huh, you look just like Sonwoo. Minwoo asked them. You know Sonwoo? Sharon replied, of course we know her. She's our classmate. Mahui added, right now, she's on the first floor. Sharon immediately scolded Mahui, why would you say that? Mahui was confused. Why can't I? Sharon explained, I thought we could negotiate and get him to put the gun down. Minwoo was speechless as he heard their conversation, then he lowered his weapon. Seeing as you know my sister and remember what happened yesterday, I guess you really are human. His eyes landed on Rena. Noticing this, Rena winked at him. Minwoo, shocked and was caught off guard, turned away. Sharon asked Minwoo, where did you get that gun? Minwoo answered, it's just a BB gun. I modified it when things went south. He kept talking. Come over here. We need to talk. I have some questions for you. Just then, a low growl can be heard coming from Mahui's stomach, from hunger, then another one followed, this time much louder. Minwoo sighed. I'll give you some triangle kimbap. Mahui cheered. Woohoo. Minwoo added, I guess there's no point in rationing anymore. Sharon was puzzled. What? She thought to herself, now that I think about it. Why is Minwoo alone? Where's the guy with a bat? Minwoo answered her silent question. That zombie slumped over there used to be Yongshik Choi. He was the one carrying the bat yesterday. Sharon stiffened in shock, clenching her fists. I see. Jihyun noticed Sharon's reaction and grew concerned. Sharon, what are you thinking? Sharon quickly brushed it off. It's nothing. But in her mind, she thought, wow, this is more shocking than I expected. I really had the urge to ending everything and starting over. But I can't do that. She looks at the faces of her companions. Things are better now. Even though revenge is no longer an option, being with people is better. Rina turned to Minwoo, smiling. It must have been tough for you. Don't worry. I'll take care of you from now on. She reached out to hug Minwoo, but he dodged. Rina's antics made Minwoo thought, huh? Is that some kind of American greeting? Rina winked at him, thinking, what a cutie pie. While Seong was wandering around the shop, she heard crying. She looked at the door, where the sound is coming, then asked, is someone crying? Rina, puzzled, questioned her, what are you talking about? Is someone whining? Minwoo, realizing where Seong was headed, called out, wait. Don't open that. Yongshik had made the same kind of sounds earlier. There must be more than one zombies similar to that around. As Seong listens to the crying, she noticed something. Wait, it seems like there's more than one voice crying. Outside, the creatures are drawing closer to the shop, their eerie cries echoing, as they gather, some hiding their faces with their hands, others stare directly in front. Their unblinking eyes looking on the closed door. Back in the classroom, Se-eun asked the zombie outside in disbelief, what did you say? The zombie repeated, let's make a deal. Give me one person from your group, and I'll leave. Se-eun's team was stunned by what it had just said. Sharon's group fought off the swarm of zombies outside. Sharon cursed, damn it. They just keep coming. Stop them. Rina swung her baseball bat at a zombie, shouting, take this. The zombie's head flew off from the impact. Sharon's phone rang in her pocket. Minwoo called out, your phone is ringing. Are you gonna answer it or not? Sharon shot back, I can't answer my phone right now. She thought, thank God the entrance is narrow. Not too many of them can get through at once, so we can handle them. But the problem is, everyone's getting exhausted. What should we do? How can we? Back to the classroom. The zombie told Se-eun's group to hand over one person, and in return, it would leave. Se-eun stated, stuttering a bit, didn't you hear me? Staying here is a waste of time. The zombie retorted, it's not a waste. I have nothing to eat. My friends. They disappeared. Se-eun was puzzled. Your friends disappeared. What do you mean? Where did they go? The zombie explained, there's no one left on this floor. They all became one. When they saw a familiar face, they happily joined together. Jinsen gasped. No way. Is it saying that all the humans and zombies on this floor merged and turned into that monster? Seonyang said as she remembered something. Before Hannah blacked out, I'm sure she mentioned Juyeon Lee. Yeri's eyes widened. Juyeon. Hannah's friend from class 2. Jinsen speculate. So, does that mean zombies can use the faces of the ones they eat? Se-eun, startled by the idea, tried to stop her thoughts. Jinsen, don't jump to conclude, but Jinsen cut her off. But we can't get through. Right now, we can't even reach Charon. Fear and anxiety were evident on everyone's faces. Jinsen continued, how on earth are we supposed to deal with something like that? From the start, this unit was a mess. What does it matter if there are a lot of us? She clenched her fists. How are we supposed to fight off zombies or even worse, monsters by ourselves? Sharon is also human. There's no way she could take on that thing. Se-eun insisted. We don't even know for sure if she's Dia. Jinsun interrupted again. If that's not the case, then she abandoned us. Since we can't fight, maybe she just left us behind. Se-eun was stunned by Jinsun's words. Jinsun pressed on. Look, Yeri is the only combat team member left here. And yesterday, she sided with Ms. Lee. Se-eun countered. Then doesn't Seong going with them contradict your theory? Jinsun argued back. Seong was smart enough to volunteer. Even if the others didn't abandon us, we're still trapped. That monster will tear through the door and eat us all, and by the time they come back, it'll be too late. And with that monster out there, no one will be coming this way. We're finished. It's all over. After saying that, Jinsun suddenly realized. Hold on, instead of all of us dying, wouldn't it be better to sacrifice one person to the zombie? Se-eun's eyes widened. What? Jinsun went on. Hannah. She's unconscious right now. Tears fell from Jinsun's eyes as she forced a smile. If we just stay quiet, no one will ever know. We can save ourselves. Meanwhile, the massive zombie is walking across the field. Shinbi's team are readying themselves to attack it. Cherim asked, Are you all ready? Shinbi responded, Yes. Sonwoo added, If things get too dangerous, we run. I don't completely agree with this. Either way, we need to investigate that hair tie and the monster. Shinbi, looking down, murmured, I know Yuri is alive. Then she clenched her teeth. Jinwei sighed at Shinbi's words. Yeah, that would be nice, but, before she could finish, Cherim suddenly grabbed her hair and said, Be quiet, Jinwei. Sonwoo spoke up. Aren't we going to come up with some kind of plan before heading out? We don't really have a strategy. Jinwei chuckled. Well, we do have a strategy. She touched her eye patch, but there's no need for it now. Then, she removed it and declared, I have taken off my eye patch.